to the DJ because yes, absolutely. Okay, Reggie, you were born in Stuttgart, Germany and raised in Montana. At 18, you moved to Seattle to study music at the Art Institute of Chicago, Art Institute of Seattle. Where did I just go? I went somewhere. Art Institute of Seattle before studying at the Cornish College of the Arts. Yeah, you first gained attention as the lead vocalist of the Seattle-based band Mach 2.
Yeah!
Forever, Mach 2 forever. Recording multiple albums and earning recognition for your soulful, wide-ranging vocal abilities. You are known for your unique artistic style, which blends the lines between music and comedy through performances that are completely improvised, making you one of the most innovative artists in contemporary performance. Over your career, you have received several accolades and awards for your artistic accomplishments, including the 2006 Seattle Mayor's Arts Award. Reggie, we are so delighted to have you here with us today. We celebrate the impact you make in your profession and in the community, and we are honored to confer upon you this Doctor of Arts honoris causa. At this time, I ask the President of Seattle University, Seattle, our Father Stephen Sunborg, and the Chair of Seattle University Board of Trustees, Patrick Kellums, please step forward to confer the honorary degree. And I would also like to give you a hug.
Yeah, it's a huge honor to be here. You know, it's funny. It's when I went to my reason for going to Cornish College of the Arts is because I wanted to experience what fame could be like, and I'm talking about the TV show. I was like, just once in my life, you know, before it's too late, I should try to experience fame. I want to be in a lunchroom. I want to be tapping a pencil. And then that pencil turns into a beat, and then the drummer catches onto it, they start doing the beat, and then the dancers start getting up on tables and flinging themselves around, and the drama kids get up, and the stage hands get up, and they start moving things around, wrapping wires and cables, you know. That was my goal. And I went in, I tried out at the same time as a contemporary dancer friend of mine, Beth Huerta, who is just fierce, was an amazing choreographer, and we both got in at the same time, Cornish, and our pact was complete, and we got in there, and I just tried everything possible. I was in the jazz voice department, Jay Clayton, Beth Winter, and it was an amazing time. I mean, I really maxed it out. I was in student government, tried to meld all the departments together, because at the time it was just the two buildings, and we would have huge parties and try to make sure that everybody was invited. It was a really fun time. We had a huge march and a parade that went down to one of the government buildings downtown, because the National Endowment of the Arts had been cut and so forth. And so, all that to say that I wouldn't be who I am without Cornish. I met two of the people in my band on the Late Late Show. I hired, they came from Cornish. I met Wayne Horowitz through Cornish, was in Wayne Horowitz's 4+1 ensemble. Ava Kang was there at the time. I mean, the class was insane, some of the best musicians on the planet. And that's Cornish legacy, you know, a small performing arts college produces pretty incredible, dangerous people. And that's important. And I've always said, you know, even at the time it was the mid-90s, you guys remember. But you know, the mid-90s was a pretty intense time in Seattle. There was a lot of stuff, just everything was happening simultaneously. The music industry was collapsing, from the grunge scene. All the labels were pulling their satellite labels out because they weren't able to figure out what's going on because of MP3s and so forth, fragmentation. But it left a hole that we felt, that we filled with whatever it is that we felt that we needed to fill it with. And I believe at the time, and how I still believe currently, is that science and arts are the only thing that really matter in society. Everything else it falls in between that gradient, but we place importance on these other things, which really are just intermediary administrative professions. Really, art and science are the only things that really matter. And the great thing is, like, no matter how, you know, this is something for you guys, well, all of it's for you guys, but you know, it's like, people can try to shut down arts, can try to make it hard for art to exist, try to take away the funding, try to take away its specialness, say that it's just extra credit, that it's just an extra thing, you know, on top of your cubicle job, all of those things. But it's just not true, and there's no way to destroy art. It only drives it underground, then it gets even better and stronger and much more of a force to be reckoned with. Art is the most powerful force in the world. It changes public opinion. It changes the way that we think about who we are as individuals. I feel grateful because my time at Cornish was magical. You know, I tried to do everything I could. You know, I was at every party. We were trying to just max out that place as much as possible. You know, go into the old closets that no one goes into and figuring out, you know, all this old equipment that no one uses anymore, and then try to use that in a theater piece. You know, but that's the nature of art. Art is like, it makes you hungry. It makes you hungry to reformat the world that we live in, and that we realize that this world is only held together by a consensus reality. It's our collective belief, and it's our relationship within ourselves that matter most. There is no external system that defines who we are. And sometimes it takes things like art, crashing, burning, being poor for a long time, not finding music. All that to say, it's always tough. So we do have the future behind you. It's pretty overwhelming, but what I want to say to you guys is, I'm proud. You know, I'm proud to come from this place, and you guys are coming from this place too. And this is a chance to take everything that you've learned and to put that into the world. And thank you for your voice on injustice. Free Palestine. Free all. This is a kind generation. I know that you get harped on a lot, but you are a kind generation. You're powerful, you're strong, and you're moving through, what is this? I don't know, just like, come on. But what I'm saying is that you're moving through a really difficult time right now, and you've got each other, and each other is the most important thing that you have. This is community. Community is what keeps us in the game, keeps us healthy, keeps our mental health alive, keeps us off of the brink when we get into those situations. So, you know, hats off to you. I know this comes from a long tradition. You know, when I was in Cornish, I used to see the modern dancers out front, the ballet dancers smoking their cigarettes, which made no sense at all. But see these ballet dancers just like man spreading, you know, just like hanging out on the steps and just like, yeah, so it turned out it's like getting pretty good, you know, whatever. someday I'm gonna be cool enough to hang out with the dancers. And I did. I got to work with incredible choreographers and Maureen Whiting and of course like all the crazy dance programs that I was involved in doing music for, and Amy O'Neill and people like this. It just was transformative to be able to work with dancers, to see how people can embody music within themselves. And I was like an in my head kid, so dancers helped me get into my body. Composition students helped me realize the history of composition and how it all comes together from Western to Eastern. We had listening classes and we listened to the most out there music in the world, and that really broadened my horizon. I believe that the future is bright. It's gonna get a little weirder, it's gonna get difficult, but it takes artists and it takes also scientists, which I think are kind of the same thing really. They're just like kind of operating in a room on different sides, but they are together. That places like Cornish are incredibly important, that your support is important of those communities, but also know that it's not fragile. Don't believe that type of hype. It is not fragile, it is stronger, and that's why institutions or individuals, things like that, try to relegate it to nothing, to minimize it, to make it small, because they're afraid of its power. It can change something. Think about being in a room that's silent, and someone starts singing, and then it's infectious. Someone else starts tapping their finger, just like that scene out of Fame. It's incredible how you can change reality so quickly with just some notes or some bright colors or an insane outfit that you walk into. This is a time to be brighter, to be louder, to have more passion, compassion for one another. And I'm gonna say this, it's gonna be controversial, but try to have the tiniest, slimmest amount of compassion, even for those who are trying to ruin it all. Because at the end of it all, it's not to excuse their actions, but they are in pain as well, and they do not recognize themselves in the mirror. And having a tiny bit of compassion, I've seen it, I've done it, I've done some work. It was pretty terrible people, but I've assured them that I recognize them as a human being, and at the end of those conversations, I know that they understood that, and that will eat away at them over time. And it just does, because they're like, wait a minute, they weren't trying to kill me? It's like, but I did all this horrible stuff. It's like, yeah, you did all that horrible stuff, and I'm not happy that you did that at all. However, you're still part of our family. We're all cousins, at the very least, we're all cousins on this planet. All that to say is like, this is a dream of mine to be able to speak to the community, to speak to everyone here as part of the Cornish community, Seattle at large. The arts community keeps going strong. Nothing's gonna get us down. We just keep moving to different areas of town. But it's there. Don't let an Amazon ruin your life. Don't let techopolies and weird new construction bombs ruin your life. They know that they're soulless, and they know that their time is limited. So just to all the artists and artists, you all, thank you so much, and all the power to all of you, Continue to be your friends. You are ours. Thank you.